What's going on, everybody? So it's been a while. Haven't put on a post in a long time. Some of the updates here, some things that happened in the past few weeks, almost a month now, I guess. But I went down home to Mobile to hang out with my wife and son. As you guys know, Angela and Charlie are down living with her dad because she is finishing school. It's her last semester. So I'm extremely proud of her. And I went down for about a week and a half to help her out with Charlie and whatever else I could. Help prep some meals and stuff for her, just because it was a really stressful and heavily school content week for her. So I tried to help her out, do whatever I could for her down there. And Charlie was sick at the same time. So him and I played hooky from school. Well, he played hooky, and I just kept him home the whole time I was there, and it was a blast. I loved having him. Whether he's always a butthead or not, he's just an ornery little guy, just like his dad and mom, right? So that was about a week and a half, and then he was sick, got Angela sick, which of course got me sick. So another about a week past that, because I personally don't really go to the gym when I'm sick. When I do get sick, I get sick pretty bad because I don't get sick very often. Of course, as I'm getting older, which it was my anniversary, and our anniversary, and my birthday at the same time, so right around the 1st and the 3rd. First my birthday, 3rd our anniversary. So went down there to spend some good quality time with her too. So I digress. I'm getting older, and I get sick a little more often than I used to. So I try to prevent that, even though my eating habits have been crap lately. My workouts, I'm starting to get back into the gym. And like I said, I don't really go to the gym when I'm sick, and I don't get sick that often, but when I do, I get pretty sick, and I get that man cold, and I just suck, and I'm just a little bitch. So I got sick, stayed out of the gym. So I was out of the gym for about 2.5, 3 weeks. I'm gonna say, can't tell you exactly when. I did a few workouts, or a couple of workouts, while I was down home in the garage with Walmart style bike, recumbent bike, and a 25-pound dumbbell with my TRX and my TRX system, and some bands that I brought down with me. So I got a little bit of a workout down there a couple of times, not a whole lot, but I did come back, and I got back into the gym, start getting back into it the week prior, or the week after, anyways, and I had to skip my leg workout on that Monday just because some things happened at work, and then I got into Tuesday, get a little bit of start digging into the workouts a little bit more, and then Wednesday on my upper body, my chest training day, chest, triceps, and front and middle delts, or a push day, however you want to say it. My previous max bench was at 225. And this time it was still at about 225. I wasn't able to go down as far as I'd liked it to, but I don't have a workout partner, and there was nobody in the gym to help me with a lift off or spot me. So I tried to be a little bit careful on it, and so I was still able to do 225. Didn't really feel it, didn't feel strong, but I pushed through it like you're supposed to do. So push forward, right? Anyways, then did some more Then, the next day on Thursday, I took it a little bit easy, a little bit of rest, recovery, which included mowing my lawn and doing my yard work out in the sun. So get a little bit of sunshine, still get some cardio in because, we got probably about half an acre here, or just over half an acre maybe. And I do that all with a push mower. And it takes a little while, but it's a good little workout for a 45-year-old man, right? I enjoy it actually. And so the next day is my pool exercise, my pool training, which I decided to do some good deadlifts on that day. My previous deadlift, 300 pounds. Walked into the gym not feeling at 100%, just not feeling it, but thank goodness for pre-workouts, right? And so I went in, warmed up, went up. I usually go about a plate quarter. So I went up to 225, got it a few times, warmed up, stretched out, did what I needed to, got up to 275, went to 275, said, you know what, screw it. Instead of just going to 300, I'm gonna push past that. I'm gonna go 315. Got my 315, so 15 pounds more than my previous max, which I'm very proud of. And now I didn't get to film it. Filming and working out on your own is not easy, to say the least. It's it takes a very long time. Got to get things set up. People walking by, and I don't have tripods and cameras and all that stuff. And I wish I did. I wish I could have. I actually like putting out content. I think it's really cool. So I'm trying to do it more. Anyways, I digress again. I go off on these tangents sometimes. So I got 315. It didn't feel pretty, but I'm pretty sure my form wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. But I got it up, pulled it, locked it out. I was impressed, just because the way I felt that day just wasn't there. So that's that. Second thing, bringing it back up here, is I'm gonna post what I just did, and I'm gonna work on what I noticed. I did some bent over dumbbell rows in there, and somebody next to me was doing the same thing. And I noticed, they were doing way too much weight. Their form was bad. They're jerking the weight. They're not pulling to where they need to be. And I'm not that kind of person to be like, hey, let me fix your form there for you. They want to do it wrong. That's their problem, because there's too much information online that you can do this stuff right. You can research it. If you're gonna train yourself, teach yourself, do some research, do it the right freaking way. So, if you jump ahead of here, or in just a second, I'm going to go over a quick, probably about 6-minute tutorial a little bit on how to do the bend over dumbbell single arm row. Let's get into that, and I'll be right back. Thanks. What's up? We're going to fix your bent over one arm dumbbell row today. The reason why I'm doing this is because I see too many times in the gym people doing these dumbbell rows, either number one, too heavy, or number two, with improper form. Now, very bad form at that. And what we're trying to do is build that lat, and we're trying to stretch it out and get that better V taper in here. And the problem that I'm seeing is I'm seeing too many people, when they're lifting the dumbbell, they're not only dropping it way too far down, but they're using that momentum to bring it back up. And as they're using that momentum to bring it up, they're not really contracting the muscle as much as they really need to. So when they use the momentum to bring it up, they're not only using the momentum, but they're pulling to the wrong spot. Now, if you notice that I'm pulling the dumbbell up towards my shoulder, you're only using a very small portion of the lat. You're even using some of the trap, and you're using some of the rear delt more than you're using your lats on itself. So what we're going to try to do, and let me get up just a little bit more for you here, but what we're going to try to do is when we're in that position, we're going to keep everything nice and straight, but we're going to drop it down. We're going to keep the back nice and straight. We're going to drop the shoulder just a little bit to get a little bit of stretch in there. But as you're pulling up, what you want to do is you want to pull it towards the hip. And if you notice from here to the improper position, from here, everything up here starts to contract more than down here. So again, it's going to be in a J position from here, pulling up towards the hip. So you're actually squeezing the bottom of your lat a little bit more. So it's almost in a J or a swinging position. Straight out and straight back. Now let me demonstrate this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate on this tough box that I have here. Now you can do it on a tough box, you can do it on the side of a bench, you can do it with your knees placed on a bench. I'm going to just show you this variation here. Now with your knees on the bench, you know, the regular height of the bench, you don't want to be too high or too low, but regular height of the bench, bent over like this so you have a little bit of stability with your left knee. Now if you're doing your right side, you're gonna place your left hand and your left knee on the bench. But in this demonstration here, we're gonna drop down to the floor using just the tough box here for stability. Now, whichever hand you're doing, so if you're doing your left, right hand down, right leg close or on the bench, and left leg back. Okay? This way we're gonna get that good stretch in the back nice and straight. Demonstration here, I'm pulling with my right, I'm stabilizing with my left, keeping my left in close and my right leg out. You notice the difference from here, where the back is, it's nice and, you know, it's got that angle on it. I want that back to be a little bit more straight, so I'm dropping my right leg back a little bit because I'm pulling here. So I want everything to be nice and straight, even just a slight arch in there so everything's nice and contracted. You're going to keep your shoulders nice and straight, like this, parallel with each other. You don't want them too high or too low to be swinging or anything like that. So everything nice and straight. Stabilize with your left hand. Now, some people will turn out like that. It doesn't matter, whatever is comfortable for you. And the arm is going to be just nice and straight down with almost equal with the other shoulder or with the hand. Okay, I like to put it out just a little bit more. Gives me a little bit more stretch in it. So it's almost, you don't even have to move it anywhere. It's going to be right below the weight. It's going to be right below the shoulder. Okay, from here, instead, like I said, you're not going to be pulling it up until you get really, really heavy weights. But to get the better form, let it hang and slowly pull it up towards your hip. Okay, a nice controlled motion, not a jerking motion. A nice controlled motion to the hip and back down. And notice the arch that's going in. I'm not dropping it down straight here. This is where I'm pulling it up to, and I'm contracting the lat. And actually up here, what I like to do is take that elbow and kind of pull it back towards my hip just a little bit more toward my back. Okay? And what you want to do is you want to lead with your elbow. You're not going to lead with the weight, because from here, I'm coming straight up towards the elbow, or towards the shoulder. My elbow flared out a little bit. My trap, my bicep, almost like I'm doing a bicep curl, and my rear delt is getting more work than back here to the lat. You can actually feel it. So again, straight down, everything nice and tight. I even look up a little bit because it helps keep my back straight some, and straight up, or curved up to the hip itself. So let it hang, stretch a little bit, hip, hang. Notice the curve again. Almost in a J position. Okay? Now again, you can use a bench on this. I can stabilize my knee. Stabilize my knee. Utilize the bench here a little bit more. Push that right leg out, drop down, everything's nice and straight, my back is straight, and up to the hip, down under the shoulder, up to the hip, down under the shoulder. And once you get a little bit heavier weight, yeah, you're gonna have to use that momentum up a little bit, but that's okay. You know, you use momentum in a lot of different exercises, sometimes even in the bench. When you're coming down, you do that pause rep. You come down, you pause here. All those muscles are nice and tight. They're stretched, and they're ready like that rubber band to come back up. So you come down and use that momentum from the muscles to come back up. Do curls, bicep curls. Sometimes you'll use that momentum, and you'll utilize that contraction of the stretch coming back down, that descension. So it's okay to use momentum a little bit here and there to get that good form. Just as long as you're sticking with that good form. Got everything nice and tight. Back up, hip, and down. Hip, and down. So utilize a good form. You'll feel it in the bottom of your lat a little bit better instead of up top too much. Okay, we want to get that nice V taper and nice stretch in there. It's going to help with your deadlift where you're pulling your shoulders back a little bit. Okay, so get the good form in there and do the stuff the right way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. All right, well, thanks for watching the tutorial there. If you have any questions, please email me or leave a comment below, and we'll go over it. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. If you think, you know, I could be working on something, I'm always here. You know, I'm continually wanting to improve myself and my training. You know, as I get older, I'm not going to slow down on getting my training. Well, I'm going to slow down, I guess, but I'm still going to train. You know, that's the thing. Some people, you know, why do you train? Or, you know, some people don't. Some people train for whatever reason, and you know, I don't really train just to be as big and strong. You know, I like it. I like, you know, feeling. I like the feeling I get when I get stronger, when I get bigger. My muscles are bigger. I feel more confident, more self-confident. You know, I think I look better. I feel better. You know, it's all about how you feel and how you perform. You know, I do it mainly for myself because I'm a selfish bastard. But you know, I do it for my son and my wife. You know, I want her to look at me and still be attracted to me. Excuse me. Still be attracted to me and still think I'm, you know, still enjoy being around me. My attitude is better, I think. You know, it's kind of therapeutic for me. It is my therapy. That way, you know, I'd rather lift some weights up and instead of choking somebody to death who desperately deserves it. And you know, it's just that thing when I'm lifting. You know, everything else kind of goes away, and it's just me and the weights. The weights are unforgiving. It's a battle between me and myself and those plates, and you know, everything else is just gone. It helps me think better, helps me, you know, feel better. But so anyways, I appreciate you watching and all that. And again, if you have any sorry, something on my phone. Any suggestions? Let's talk. Let's get me better too, because you know, I learn as I teach too, and I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been you know, lifting weights before I ever came in the military. I've been in the military for 21 years, and you know, I was just a kid lifting, you know, cinder blocks and long, you know, metal pipes that I could find in the junkyard or something, and tires and all that stuff. I'll get into that later. But I'd like to give a shout out to my my mom and dad, Doug and Margie in Pennsylvania. She gave me a text the other day, and she had said that number one, my morning quotes on my inspiration, I guess, on my Facebook or Facebook and Instagram. It really helps motivate her a little bit. It's been a year or so since they stopped smoking. They're going, well, I think both of them are going pretty strict ketosis or ketogenesis, keto diet, which, it's fine. I'm not a big keto guy. It doesn't work for me. I've tried it. It doesn't really work for me that well. I don't like the way it makes me feel. Maybe I didn't try it right. Maybe I'll try it again someday. Who knows? But they're doing it. She's lost 3 or 4 pounds or so. My dad has lost like 20 something pounds. They don't have cravings. They love their MCT oil, their bulletproof coffee. They're feeling better. My mom has some cracked vertebrae. She has some medical issues, but she just ordered some bands to help that her therapist requested for her to get, and she's doing great, and that makes me so freaking happy. And it just goes to show you don't have to, it's never too late to start. It's never too late to try to improve yourself and get better. And that includes physically too. Some people, it's just a physical thing. You're still gonna die. Blah blah, fucking blah. Yeah, you are. You're gonna die. But now, what are you gonna do when you're alive? You're gonna make yourself. You're just gonna sit around and be sick and not feel good, or are you gonna try to improve yourself all the time? It's like your brain. Your brain, gets foggy and stuff. So you learn. You read and and you do puzzles and stuff, makes your brain feel better. You have intellectual conversations with people, so your head feels better. So you move, you exercise, you train, and your body feels better. Your mind and your body are one anyways. So if you only train one part, then you're not balancing yourself, and it's all about balance. It just makes me extremely happy and extremely driven, and that's what something like that drives me. Thank you to you guys for just sharing that with me, and I hope if there's anything you need from me, call me up or ask me, email me, send me a text, and I'll be out there to I'll answer your questions. I'll get on this keto thing, and I give a shout out to Mark Smelly Bell, because he really opened my eyes a little bit more to research the more keto diet. I tried it before, like I said, but I didn't know what it was. It was just a low carb, or no carb, high protein, higher fat diet that myself and my gunner actually went on way back in the day. It's a long time ago. But I've been doing more research on it. He has a lot of it works really well for him, so he opened my mind on that a lot more. So thanks to Mark Bell. So anyways, just wanted to give a shout out to them. It makes me really happy and driven, and that was motivating for that day, and really just ups my drive to keep going and keep putting out content, hopefully. And thanks a lot for watching. I'm gonna cut it off here. I know it's been pretty long. You don't have to watch the whole video, but if you just want to get into the tutorial for the dumbbell row, you just watch that part. But I appreciate you guys watching. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys back again. This isn't the last thing I'll put out here soon. So love you guys, and one love. Peace out. Keep moving forward. Scouts out.